The relationship that I was in, sadly, was very abusive. I did have bruises left on my body by this person. I found a man that he tried to make me believe didn't exist. I have been in severe denial and suppressed a lot of memories. Gotta watch this little thing because she has this new game where she likes to tip Beckham over. Isn't that right, my girl? That's why I put on this shirt today, to remind you of our goals. You see this little boy right here? He is a lot smarter than we give him credit for sometimes. Yesterday, Hunter and I took him into our master bedroom and put him on our thicker, softer carpet. I know it's hard, honey. Hey, you can do this, baby. You're doing great, you're doing great. Good job. The reason we took him into our bedroom is because he had been tipping over on purpose out here when we have pillows surrounding him when he sits up. And we realized that he understands and knows that he is going to have a soft landing. Once he tipped over one time and had a little bonk on the softer carpet, he stopped tipping over and we can't put pillows around him anymore. Of course, if he hits this surface, it's not gonna feel good, but it's not going to hurt him. But he is such a little smarty, we have to step up our game. Isn't that right, babe? Do not tip over your, no, we do not tip over our brother. Hey, soft. Beck, you are doing amazing. Perfect. You're distracted. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's official. Blakely found the mirror in our bathroom. We had to move it into here, and she is obsessed with like playing in the mirror with her little reflection. It's the cutest thing I have ever seen. She always combs her hair when she finds my brushes. Good job, honey. the gym?
Really good. Do you know where my belt shirts are that were in that box?
Yes, Miss Blakely got them. As you guys previously saw, she was using them as a prop in, she was using them as a prop in front of the mirror. Weren't you, my girl? Are you giving Chloe one too many treats? Blakely is the best at sharing. Hey guys, welcome back to the House of Hughes. Good morning. I hope you enjoyed that little intro. Tell me that Blakely looking at herself in the mirror and like playing is not just the cutest thing in the entire world. I'll tell you what, if I'm having a bad day, I just go plop her down in front of the mirror and I'm instantly in a better mood. I am in the best mood this morning though, because I am finally, you guys would not believe this because I feel like I've been saying this forever, like I'm so close to being 8 weeks post-surgery, but I am finally 8 weeks post-surgery today. I am going to be lifting upper body at the gym. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I just like already have endorphins. I don't even need a pre-workout, but I am gonna have a little bit of coffee. So I'm gonna make that really quick while I chat with you guys. I'm definitely not like the best or most creative when it comes to my coffee in the morning. I'm actually like super simple. Yeah, you helping mama? You're the best little helper. So I am just going to pour my coffee over some ice. Then I'm gonna grab my little assistant because she makes everything in life sweeter, don't ya? I'm gonna take a little bit of oat milk. I swear oat milk has just like changed the game for me. I know that I'm late to the train, but I usually do almond milk. But let me just say, ever since I started doing oat milk, my life has gotten infinitely better because it just tastes so much better. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of sugar-free vanilla creamer. I know you guys probably just low-key died at how much I put in. And then I just get this off Amazon. It's literally just sugar-free vanilla syrup because I like my coffee to be basically see-through. Good job, sweetie. Where did your father go? Oh, honey. Okay, shake that up. Chicka, 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 chicka. Oh my gosh, so good. So today's video is actually a little bit heavy, and I thought that it would be a really good day to film this video. One, because I actually have therapy right after the gym today. And two, I get to lift the way that I want for the first time in 8 weeks, and that's just gonna make me feel really good, release a lot of endorphins, and then after therapy, I actually have to run up to the mall so that I can return a couple things that I ordered online because I have been a shopaholic lately, but that's like a completely different story. I know that I've kind of sprinkled in here and there in some of my videos, some of the trauma that I went through in a previous relationship. The very first thing I want to say is that when I talk about my past relationship in this video, it was obviously not Hunter. Hunter has healed so many parts of me. I can't even begin to express how much I love him and how fabulous he treats me. You guys already know that. But I have been doing EMDR therapy. I mentioned this in my OCD and anxiety video. Can you guys hear Blakely laughing? Oh my gosh, she's so cute. But I actually officially started EMDR specifically, and it has been for the trauma that I experienced with a past boyfriend. And I haven't gone into depth on that relationship. Honestly, guys, I'm just not ready, and I'll talk more about that later in the video today. But I wanted to do like a little drive with me. So when I'm driving up to the mall, I'm going to chat with you guys all about EMDR and how that experience has been for me and what I'm doing to heal my trauma. So I hope that you guys enjoy today's video. And if you're new here, my name is Rachel. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, let's go to the gym, release some endorphins. Sometimes when I have EMDR therapy, I literally just feel heavy when I wake up because it's honestly like so much emotionally, but it's so incredible. I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. I'm low-key like so excited to do a drive with me. I've never done one before, but I personally love watching them, and it's such a good time to film because I have a few errands to run and it'll be fun just to chit chat. I just finished with therapy, and before that, you guys know I went to the gym. Oh my word, best pump of my entire life. I cannot believe how much I have missed weightlifting. You guys know it's like one of my very true loves. I literally was like shaking my entire workout because my body hasn't done anything in like 2 months, but it was incredible, and I felt like it just gave me like that endorphin release that I really needed before I went into EMDR therapy. I am so excited to tell you guys about my experience with EMDR. It's honestly been a really life-changing form of therapy for me. I had heard of EMDR for quite a while. I know that it's like a therapeutic technique that people use to overcome any type of trauma, whether it's abuse or sexual trauma, anything like that. I want to walk you guys through kind of what I do and what it's like, and then talk to you a little bit more in depth about why I'm doing it. Honestly, I feel like it's kind of like a form of hypnosis or meditation, and my therapist will guide me. She actually has me hold like these little buzzers that vibrate in my hand. Then she has me find a place in my mind that's very calm and peaceful. So I have that place like mapped out in my brain. And then she has me pick an experience that is the most disturbing from whatever point of trauma we are trying to address. And I actually have 2 different experiences in my life that were severely, severely traumatic for me. One of them is obviously BECKHAMS accident, and that's actually not what I'm doing EMDR therapy for right now. I will be doing it once I'm finished with my first round of sessions. But the very first thing that I'm actually addressing, and the #1 thing that has been affecting me, is actually trauma from my previous relationship. This was a 2-year boyfriend that I had before I met Hunter, from the ages of 18 to 20. I will be talking to you guys a little bit more about that relationship in just a moment, but I want to walk you through what EMDR actually looks like first. So she will have me pick a memory that is the most disturbing from that relationship. When I picked that memory, my brain immediately went to something that I have been suppressing for literally 8 years. And it's something that is so dark and so traumatic that I actually had never even revealed the specific details to my husband. And I have honestly told Hunter every detail about that relationship. You guys know that Hunter and I don't have any secrets, and Hunter understands and really validates everything that I feel and have experienced from that relationship. But this memory is something that I hadn't even really admitted to myself had happened. I immediately just broke down. I mean, my physical response was so emotional from that traumatic and disturbing memory. Then my therapist guided me from that memory to start making connections in my brain, because when you experience trauma, a message is relayed to you through that traumatic experience, and EMDR is identifying what messages have been embedded in your brain from what experiences. And it was just shocking the way my brain would jump from certain experiences that I've had at like every age that have really severely affected me and have manifested in ways like anxiety and OCD, which I am wanting to do a video updating you guys on exactly where I'm at with my anxiety and OCD right now, because I have made a lot of progress. But I attribute so much of that to EMDR. Even though it is very difficult to allow your brain to go to those memories that you have been suppressing for so long, it is so incredible how you make realizations that you do certain things or feel a certain way because of a certain experience that has happened to you, or a specific thing that was said to you. And in that first session, my emotion was just absolute devastation. Sadness, embarrassment for myself, heartache for my younger self, weakness. That was so painful to relive. But then when I went back in for my second session, when she had me rate the disturbance, it was still, of course, a 10 out of 10, because you always identify that specific memory while I'm still processing it. And it was incredible, because although I had to revisit the exact same memory, my emotions towards that memory had completely changed from my first to second session. In my second session, I felt bitterness and anger much more than sadness. And I also felt an overwhelming amount of like secondhand embarrassment for the person who put me through these experiences. I almost felt just so bad for him that he thought it was even acceptable to treat a human being the way he had treated me. And I was also fighting myself on the fact that I wanted him to see how incredible I have become and the growth that I have experienced and the life that I've created, and that I found a man that he tried to make me believe didn't exist. And those were emotions that were really difficult to face. And so I am really looking forward to my third session to see what emotions that memory brings up again. It's really put a method to my madness in a sense, where I've been able to realize, oh, this OCD that I'm experiencing when it comes to, for example, like I've mentioned, my makeup, is because of this comment that was made at this time by this person that sent this message to me. And then being able to work on embedding a different message into my brain so that I can heal and create new pathways for my brain to process different things that have happened to me. I'm gonna keep updating you guys on my EMDR experience because it has been so healing and so helpful for me. And now I kind of want to touch a little bit on that relationship. A lot of that relationship at this time I want to keep relatively private because I actually have a lot of fear that he still looks at a lot of my social media, and I know that he'll probably even find this video. And it is really important to me that I never communicate with him again, even through a video like this where I'm not talking to him, but I'm talking to you guys. I have kept a lot of power and self-worth in allowing that person in that relationship to be completely dead to me in every way since the day I walked away. And that has truly brought me so much power, and I'm never going to be willing to give up any of that power. And I think there is a little bit of pride in not wanting to admit that some of the things that he said to me and did to me have absolutely ruined parts of myself, but that does not mean that those parts of me cannot heal and come back stronger than they were before I had even met him. The relationship that I was in, sadly, was very abusive. It was emotionally and mentally abusive, but there was also some physical abuse. And I also want to preface that I never want to discredit any person who has been through a very, very physically abusive relationship. I was not abused physically every day. I was never hit with a closed fist on purpose, but I did have bruises left on my body by this person because of certain fights that we got into. I was very physically intimidated. There were instances where things were punched right next to my face, and I knew that the want was for it to be my face. There is much more that I could get into, but I'm really just not quite ready to open up about that particular part of my life yet. But I want to share as much as I'm willing to, if that makes sense. You guys know that I'm a really open book, and I have no doubt that I will be ready to share parts of that relationship that I have kept very suppressed, in all honesty, but I am still working through admitting things to myself and my own husband before I want to talk about them to the world. But I think a lot of people can relate to being in any type of abusive relationship, whether it's with a parent, a partner, a friend. And a lot of abuse that happens is mental and emotional, and that should never be discredited either. I also don't want some of the physical abuse that I endured to be discredited. I know that on multiple occasions I have said the relationship wasn't physically abusive, and I have come to realize that that is absolutely not true, and I have been in severe denial and suppressed a lot of memories. I am really proud of myself for calling it what it is and giving my past self the respect that I deserve. I also look to Beckham as such an incredible example of what I want this year to be for me and what I want this year to be for you guys. I want to invite you guys to heal with me. I am healing parts of my past that should have been addressed a long time ago. And when I look at Beckham, a lot of damage has obviously been done to his brain through a traumatic experience that was not his fault. And I can really draw parallels to my own traumatic experiences that I've had. And I know that he is just looking at me and is thinking, Mom, it's okay to heal. Go to therapy. Do this EMDR, even though it's really, really difficult. Talk about the memories that are the most difficult, because when I watch him every day try to heal, and he has dedicated so much of his life to trying to be better, trying to overcome this damage to his brain that he's experienced. And although a lot of us haven't experienced, you know, a physical brain bleed, we've experienced damage to our self-esteem, our self-worth. We need to choose to be brave like Beckham and address that trauma and heal it, because we are worth that. We are worth our own personal investment in healing for our future selves. I want to leave that message with you guys today, because 2022, it's gonna be our year. I can't end this video without saying thank you for allowing me to talk to you guys about something that is just really hard for me to talk about. And I promise that I will be opening up more in the future, and I will continue to tell you about my experiences in therapy. And I do recognize that therapy is a privilege for a lot of people. It's obviously a very expensive endeavor, and I'm really grateful that you guys allow me to open up and talk about these things online. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little drive with me. I think it was super fun and like such a great way to utilize my time and get to film and talk to you and be with you. If you liked it, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you are new here, I would absolutely love it if you hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't hit it yet and you're a returning viewer, I would absolutely love for you to join our house. And again, if you take away anything from this video, I want you to know that you are worth it and you can absolutely be brave like Beckham. I love you guys, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.